I want to ask, have any of you ever had a conversation with someone about something that you genuinely cared about deeply? And in the midst of this, you realize they aren't listening to a word you're saying. Maybe they continue to interject constantly, trying to finish your sentences, or just scrolling through Instagram or TikTok. While knowingly or unknowingly, these instances can make us feel invisible and unfortunately are more common than we think. Today, I will be discussing the importance of active listening in relationships and friendships and how it can provide clarity, strengthen trust, and aid in personal growth. In this new generation full of distractions, truly listening, or in this case, active listening, is a rarity. However, it remains one of the strongest ways to strengthen our friendships and intimate relationships. Being young adults, a lot of us are still learning to regulate those emotions and balance personal boundaries, build trust with others, learn to be honest while still remaining respectful of others' feelings. I am guilty of that. Although there will be great points made by myself, I do hope that by the end of this speech, my main 3 points are understood and are taken with you. Those being active listening and how it can affect our emotional connections with others. Also, how can we prevent misunderstandings and conflict, and how to support personal growth for ourselves and maintain those healthy relationships. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a communications coach, but I can say that advising on personal boundaries and actively listening go hand in hand. This is essential for maintaining those healthy relationships we spoke about. Also, protecting your mental health and supporting your own personal growth. Starting with one of my key points, which is active relationships, strengthening your emotional connections, and learning to build that trust as well. Giving your full attention to someone can show that you value what others are saying, maybe what they're thinking, or if they're telling you how they're feeling. This acts just lays a simple foundation for longer lasting relationships. Just for an example, if you were to be speaking with a friend or an associate and they are telling you something that you may not find as interesting as they do, lending that listening ear sometimes is always helpful, and you don't know if you're doing something that they really needed from you. So just be that great person. However, this trust building is just the beginning. Active listening plays a huge role in preventing misunderstandings and conflict, which can bring me into my next point. Miscommunication is one of the biggest issues in any relationship. Most arguments are due to things being misunderstood versus what was actually said or the intent behind that. Having those quick responses instead of intentionally listening to someone, you can risk jumping to conclusions or assumptions. Uh, Again, guilty. Paying attention, reflecting on what was asked, and then asking questions for that clarity ensures that we truly understand what the other person is saying from their point of view before responding. For instance, if someone tells you, "It feels like I never see you anymore," instead of being defensive, actively listening causes you to say maybe something along the lines of, "It sounds like you would like for us to spend more time together." That small choice can change the entire trajectory of the conversation from an argument to a moment of important conversations to get your feelings and thoughts across. When we understand each other better, our relationships are positively affected, leading to my final point: how active listening supports that personal growth. Active listening doesn't just benefit our relationships, it helps us grow as individuals. Becoming more patient and emphatic are the effects of listening carefully. Recognizing how you communicate, such as interrupting, zoning out, maybe listening to respond and not to understand. Those are those quick responses we talked about. This improves interactions with others and strengthens your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence in friendships and romantic relationships allows thoughtful responses instead of those impulsive reactions. So, finally, since we explored how active listening builds that trust, prevents conflict, and supports personal growth, these concepts may sound simple. It's easier said than done, as they say. But it's one of the most important skills that can be developed, especially in a world full of these distractions. You have your TikTok, you have your Instagram, you have other things to see, other people to see, places to go, uh, things to build. You have a lot that may be on your mind. But when we listen and we show others that what they say and how they feel matters, this can build an amazing standing in your relationships. So maybe the next time you're just sitting down speaking with someone, put down the phone, make eye contact, and truly listen. Some things are meaningful when you say nothing at all.